Hello, and welcome everyone to the first semi-final. We started with 32, and now we have 16 contestants, and four each in each semi-final, and then winner of each semi-final will meet each other in the finale, and then we'll have a winner of the fourth edition of General Quiz of Quizzing with the Comedians. Okay, let's begin the first semi-final. As is the what do you call it? As is the tradition, every semi-final starts with 1 minute of me doing a monologue about things that a lot of people comment about and things that a lot of people praise us about and ask us about and like criticize us about. So let's see what topic do we start the first semi-final with. I'm going to start with the most controversial topic that comes in quizzing, probably the only controversial topic, which is about cheating and using unfair means. And that's something that people keep asking me about, and people keep giving suggestions as well. There are suggestions like should we implement anti-cheating methods, for example, doing a screen share thing or using a back camera, etc., etc. I don't want to do that, okay, and I have my own reasons, and I'm going to share those reasons. Uh, First of all, quizzing with the comedians for me is an endeavor where we have fun while learning things. Okay, by it's not an exam where I sort of make rules that you can't use a calculator and you can't bring mobile phone in the exam hall, etc., etc. The big difference between this show and every other quizzing show that you've seen in your for example, if you've seen BQC or KBC or Jeopardy or Mastermind, those are shows where people are known because of them, the fact that they are on the show. So you know them as Mastermind contestant, you know them as KBC contestant. While this show is unique because every participant, you know them otherwise. Okay, no one is here competing for $1 million or competing to become the winner of BQC, and you're representing your school and your school's pride is at stake. Out here, everyone who comes, apart from the fact that all of them are my friends, they're also people who are established comedians and actors and writers and directors and content creators, and they are all adults. They have their own identity, and I can't believe that performing well here uh, is a part of that identity. It might add to that, but I genuinely think no one would be insecure of their achievements in other fields. That coming here and not getting a Marvel movie answer or a Greek mythology answer will affect that. That's what I would like to believe. I genuinely think uh, people people who are here are all honest, and they're all adults first of all, and they all appreciate the amount of effort that goes from our end in creating this show. There are weeks after weeks, days after days, months after months, sometimes of sleepless nights where me and a bunch of people and some of my friends who are awake the whole night because I keep asking them, what do you feel about this question? Should I give more hints? Should I reduce that hint? And you have to be really lame if you come here or use unfair means to get an answer here or somewhere else. And you being lame is definitely not my life choice. If you've decided to be that person, it's totally your call. So I'm not implementing anything to sort of those measures to reduce this. Okay, a lot of people message me saying, hey, why don't you ask a lot of video questions and audio questions and visual questions so that people can't cheat? And I'm like, I'm not making quizzes for cheaters, so to speak. I'm making a standard quiz which is fun for everyone, where we all learn together while having fun. I'm not here to to be a headmaster. I'm here to be in my most humble capacity a quiz master who creates a show which people watch and learn something while they have fun. Okay, that's the whole thing about cheating slash unfair means. I mean, that's all I have to say right now before we start with the fun part of the show, which is let me introduce the four semi-finalists for the first semi-finals alphabetically, as always. The first semi-finalist is someone who had a great quarterfinal. He was part of the very first quarterfinal, the very first person I called in this edition, and is back here again. Give it up for Azeem Banatwal.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, hi, hi. Congratulations for being here, and
Thank you.
looking forward to host you. On that note, the second semi-finalist is again someone who was runner-up in his quarterfinal. Had a very interesting run in his quarterfinal. Is here again, he consistently comes to semi-final. Let's see if he goes ahead. From my own college, my own junior, my own little brother, Rahul Dua.
हेलो 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 हे अजीम, क्या हाल है
Hey,
गिल भाई?
अरे ब्रूनो
बढ़िया
जी
चल
कैसे
रहा
हो?
है? अब ठीक है, अच्छा चल रहा है.
Irony of this entire Bruno thing is Dua खुद फुटबॉल नहीं देखता, पर लोग पकड़ पकड़ के उसको ब्रूनो कैसा परफॉर्म करता है, लोग इसको टैग कर रहे होते हैं. अरे यार गोल नहीं मार रहा है, अरे क्या.
लोग कह रहा है कि तो लव योर गेम विद पॉगबा. मैं ढूंढा मैं कौन पॉगबा तो तेरे साथ. तो बढ़िया बढ़िया सब जयदेव उनडकट ये वो सब बढ़िया चल रहा है. स्पोर्ट्स में हमारा बहुत नाम है.
Okay. On that note, from the same comedy collective as Azeem, this is fun. Give it up for someone who had a very interesting quarterfinal. He was in one of the most fun quarterfinals we had earlier. Give it up for Sahil Shah.
Yeah, I'm excited for this quiz because I've got my thinking cap on. Let's go.
I think Sahil, you can leave right now. You've already peaked.
नहीं, ऐसे माहौल में इतना क्रिएटिविटी का हम दाद देना चाहेंगे. देखो बहुत बढ़िया करा, बहुत अच्छा.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, always. Okay, on that note, the last semi-finalist of the first semi-final, he won his quarterfinal and quite like dominated that quarterfinal. Give it up for Varun Grover.
हाय सॉरी, मैं बिफोर वी गो हेड मैं क्लैरिफाई, ये क्या मतलब है? चीटिंग नहीं कर सकते मतलब? तो घर पे बैठ के करने का पॉइंट क्या हुआ? मैंने 6 किताबें मैंने ऑर्डर की इस क्विज के लिए अलग से, एनसाइक्लोपीडिया. आप कह रहे हैं मैं वापस कर दूं? अभी है वो वापस वाले विंडो में 3 दिन में प्राइम. हाँ, अमेज़न प्राइम. मैं जीत गया तो भी वापस ही कर दूंगा. मैं क्या करूंगा रख के. बट
Done, sir. Done. Okay. All the best to Sahil, Azeem, Dua, and Varun, sir. First question is to Azeem. Okay. Investing in the South Sea Trading Company, a government-sponsored banking endeavor out of London, became a favorite pastime of influential Londoners in the early 18th century. So, in early 18th century, a lot of influential Londoners were casually, investing in a company called South Sea Trading Company. One such person who invested in this and lost 3 million pounds in today's valuation is this guy, is X, who after this loss said, I can calculate the motions of the planets, but I cannot calculate the madness of men. Okay. There's also a graph that shows how his fortunes in this particular investment changed from December 1718 to December 1721. He invested a bit, exited happy, friends got rich, he again entered. And then later
Investing in Bitcoin right now.
yes, very much like that. So, and he then exited broke, so he lost a lot of money, and then he said, man, I can calculate the motions of the planets, but I cannot calculate the madness of men. Who are we talking about?
कोविड की पीक टाइप लग रहा है थोड़ा थोड़ा.
Yes.
This guy is obviously some kind of astronomer. I don't know the names of any astronomers apart from Aryabhatta.
एस्ट्रोनॉमी का बोल दो.
That will play once I find out what the actual answer of this is. The disappointment in my mind. Okay, I don't know. I'm just gonna take a wild guess. I want to say Isaac Newton.
Perfect, your wild guess.
Oh,
We are
boom!
talking about Isaac
Sahi
Newton.
hai,
Nice.
sahi hai, sahi hai.
Newton. He can calculate the motions of the planets, but cannot calculate the madness of men. We are talking about Sir Isaac Newton, who invested in this South Sea Trading Company and lost a lot of money. Wow, what a great!
ऐसा ये बहुत बहुत वर्सेटाइल थे ये. आइजैक न्यूटन और साइंटिस्ट भी बोल लो इनको ये एस्ट्रोनॉमर भी बोल लो, ये प्रायरी ऑफ साइंस के भी मेंबर रहे हैं वो डान ब्राउन
और
के हिसाब से.
इन्वेस्टर भी.
Investor.
जुआरी और रहे हैं बिल्कुल. जुआरी कहिए, जुआरी. सही बात.
Okay, Azeem gets it right. Sir Isaac Newton, 10 points to Azeem.
Can I just say something? He lost a lot of money. I guess he didn't understand the gravity of the situation.
Nice.
No applause. Come on, guys. No, okay.
भाई दे दिए.
Beautiful. Okay. Talking of gravity of the situation, next direct is to Rahul Dua. The logo that you see on the screen, the adjoining logo, belongs to an organization founded by an Indian activist to certify companies that follow a certain norm in manufacturing of rugs. Okay. These companies manufacture their products without dash dash. Okay. Identify the activist and what the organization certifies. So you see there's a rug and there is something called Good Weave certified rugs.
हाँ जी.
These are rugs which uh, so basically it has a certification, okay, which is given by an organization founded by an Indian activist. So I want the name of the activist. And the certification is given because these companies follow certain norm when they manufacture things. They manufacture their products without dash dash. So tell me the activist and what is the certification all about? What is it that they don't use, so to speak, without dash dash? And in Indian also, that's another.
आपसे पूछे थे, आपको लगता है मुझे आता होगा ये?
आ सकता है, निकाल सकते हैं.
चलो ठीक है, फिर मैं फिर लगाता हूँ तुक्का एकदम बढ़िया. आपको चाहिए एक्टिविस्ट का नाम, इंडियन एक्टिविस्ट का नाम, और फिर आपको चाहिए कि ये किन दो चीजों के नहीं 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 एंड व्हाट द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सर्टिफाइज. अच्छा, कि किन चीजों के बिना ये लोग प्रोडक्ट बनाते हैं.
हाँ, दो वर्ड है, वो चीज एक ही है, लाइक विदाउट डैश.
अच्छा, चीज है, दो वर्ड है. ये लोग जी बनाते हैं अपना कालीन विदाउट एनिमल प्रोडक्ट्स, एंड इंडियन एक्टिविस्ट का नाम है अलादीन.
No, passing to Sahil.
Kailash Satyarthi and child labor.
Beautiful crack. Perfect
Nice.
answer. These are by Kailash Satyarthi, Nobel Prize winner from India. And these are rugs without using child labor. Okay. Of course, he Bachpan Bachao Andolan, etc. Kailash Satyarthi.
Aladdin was a great answer.
अब मतलब मुझे तो कहाँ ही पता हो. चलो भाई, बहुत बढ़िया.
Without using child labor, Kailash Satyarthi. Sahil gets 10 points. Great crack. And now I go to Varun Grover. This is Varun sir, your direct. Nicknamed Douglas Fairbanks of India, Master Vittal was a popular Marathi actor of the 1930s, where he was offered the lead role in a certain Indian project. Okay, but Vittal jumped to a different studio, and so he was sued by the employees for breach of contract. One of Mumbai's leading lawyers of the time took up his case and defended him successfully. What iconic project was Master Vittal asked to be a part of, and who was the lawyer who defended the case? So we're looking at early 19th. We are looking at 1930s, where an iconic project is being made. Master Vittal is approached, but Master Vittal quits that project, goes somewhere else. So the team sues him. A leading lawyer of Mumbai from that time takes his case, defends him successfully. What was the project, and who was the lawyer?
Wow. Okay. He was offered the lead role in a certain Indian project. There's only one iconic film in the 1930s, as far as I can tell, which is Alam Ara. Who was the lawyer who defended the case? Lawyer of 1930s, and I need to get both these, so 5 points for each answer, basically, right? Okay. Mumbai's leading lawyers. Okay, I'll take two wild guesses here. Alam Ara, the film, and the lawyer being Bhimrao Ambedkar.
No, good track. 5 points to Varun for the project. Alam Ara is correct. Alam Ara, the iconic Indian first sound film, first talkie. But yeah. I'll go to Azeem for the lawyer. Okay, only the lawyer, leading Mumbai lawyer from 1930s.
I don't know, he's probably not born, but एक ही lawyer का पता है जो काफी बुड्ढा है, which is Ram Jethmalani.
Not Jethmalani. Dua?
मैं कहने यही वाला था, पर फिर मैंने कहा बड़ी बेइज्जती से होगी, तो एक और बेइज्जती वाला आंसर दे देते हैं। मेरे हिसाब से द लॉयर वाज एडवोकेट मोहनदास करमचंद गांधी।
MK Gandhi? No. Good guess. Sahil?
Shit.
Ram Jethmalani's father.
Some Mr. Jethmalani.
Yes, I don't know the answer, but I'm guessing Mr. Jethmalani.
No. So I'll take one more round. This will be a 2.5 point question. We'll start with Varun. So I like the guesses of Ambedkar and Gandhi because this guy is an iconic figure from the 20th century, and not necessarily known for like just being lawyer, just like Ambedkar and Gandhi.
Yeah.
We'll start again with Varun. Yes, sir.
Okay. Mumbai's lawyer of that time, which are the I don't even know if Nehru practiced law in Bombay. I don't think so. Who else was there? Who else? Is Nehru? Maulana Azad. There is. Sorry, I'm just running through the list of our freedom fighters of those times
Sure, sir.
who were lawyers. Most of them were lawyers. That is the thing. But Mumbai lawyers at that time.
सर ऊंचा ऊंचा गैस लो आप।
हाँ जी, हाँ मैं मतलब क्या करूं, मैंने मतलब नेहरू के अलावा और कौन था? Maybe just wild guess, Jawaharlal Nehru.
Not Nehru. Going to Azeem.
I'll take the second name he took, Maulana Azad.
अरे या फिर मैं क्या लूंगा?
नहीं, not Maulana Abul Kalam. Going to Dua.
मौलाना आजाद बोलना था। अब वरुण सर ने कहा कि सभी लोग मतलब ऑलमोस्ट सभी लोग थे लॉयर, तो सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल ले लो मेरी तरफ से।
No, not Patel. Sahil.
Lokmanya Tilak.
Not Lokmanya Tilak. Okay, I'm gonna close this and go to the answer. Okay, Mumbai lawyers of 1930s, very iconic from 20th century. The answer is Muhammad Ali Jinnah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Would not
Wow.
have thought that.
Yes, so
Wow.
super googly.
Jinnah was
Lovely.
Superb. Great question.
Would have been a great question
We
to
named
crack.
all
man.
the freedom fighters that we can just go on and on.
Jinnah took his case and won the case for Master Vittal back in 19.
Yeah.
Leading Mumbai lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
हाँ, ये मतलब अगर आप 2-3 राउंड और भी कर लेते ना, 2.5 का सवा कर देते, सवा का पौना कर देते, ये नहीं हो आप मुश्किल हो जाता।
Okay, 5 points to Varun there for Alamara, which means the next direct will be to Azeem.
Yeah.
Azeem, X. Okay, X is a named individual in the presidential line of succession, chosen to stay at an undisclosed secure location, away from events such as State of the Union addresses and presidential inauguration. The practice is intended to prevent a hypothetical decapitation of the government and to safeguard continuity in the office of the president in the event the president, along with the vice president and multiple other officials in the presidential line of succession, die in a mass casualty incident. The procedure originated in the 1950s during the Cold War. Basically, during the Cold War, people thought there might be a huge attack that all of us will die. Who will take care of the government? Okay, so they named an individual who will be away from any big event where all the VIPs are there. For example, a presidential inauguration or State of the Union address. Now, the reason a lot of us know this is because in 2016, an American political thriller drama television series came that has the same name and also the same plot. Essentially, what is that individual called?
Fuck, I know this, yaar. So the show is House of Cards.
No,
No, it's not. Okay, then I don't know this. Fuck off.
Dua.
एक आदमी है जो दिखता नहीं है। मैं उसको साइड पे रखा हुआ है कि अगर कल को कुछ हो गया तो तुम आ जाना, अगर कल को कुछ नहीं हुआ तो तुम जहाँ हो वैसे तुम्हारी नौकरी जिंदगी चलती रहे,
Correct.
ऐसा सीन।
Absolutely.
And it's the name of a 2016 American political thriller drama television series also.
Oh, the term is also the name. Oh, what an
Yeah.
idiot I am. I thought it was the term and you want to know the TV show. What a moron.
तो अजीम मैं 30 सेकंड का ड्रामा करता हूँ कि मैं सोच रहा हूँ फटाफट से टेक्स्ट कर दो एक बार, अगर आ ही गया तो।
नहीं आ नहीं गया. I'm just because it's very dumb that I would say that House of Cards is the name of the term. It's just
हाँ
daft.
बुरा तो मुझे लगा था आपके लिए जब आपने बोला ये
Yes.
क्या बोल गया, चलो कोई बात नहीं।
I read it incorrectly.
भाई मुझे नहीं पता ये सब कुछ भी, बहुत बुरा लग रहा है अपने आप के लिए। तो ऐसा है, द असैसिन ले लो मेरी तरफ से।
Not the assassin. Sahil?
Kiefer Sutherland, designated survivor.
Yes. Designated
Okay,
survivor.
I would not have guessed that anyway.
Big show.
भाई मम्मी देख रही हैं ये।
Okay.
My dad is addicted to this show, so
Designated survivor. Great first season, by the way. उसके बाद कुछ हो जाता है इसका.
yeah.
But literally the first episode is this. There is a Kiefer
मम्मी से
Sutherland.
बात ही करनी चाहिए थोड़ी ज्यादा।
TV देख लेना चाहिए ज्यादा.
Sahil gets 10 points for designated survivor. Next question will come to Varun. The X test is a measure of the representation of women in fiction. It asks whether a work features at least two women who talk to each other about something other than a man.
Bechdel.
Bechdel test is
God
correct.
damn it.
Yeah, come on.
Notable movies that fail the Bechdel test:
Yeah.
Trilogy, Trilogy, Avatar, Slumdog Millionaire, Whiplash, Imitation Game, etc., etc., etc. The answer is Bechdel test.
Nice.
Okay, 10 points to Varun. Next direct will be to Azeem. In the 1950s, the CIA helped fund an operation to send thousands of weather balloons into Soviet-controlled Europe, which would then rain down millions of anti-communist pamphlets on random citizens. But that wasn't quite bold enough for one CIA operative who drew up a plan to also have extra large X labeled only small or medium dropped on communist nations. The idea literally was to lower their morale by implying the capitalist Yanks performed extraordinarily well in one aspect. The plan never made it to the sky, so this thing never really was never implemented.
It's condoms.
It is condom. Beautiful answer to Azeem. They plan to use extra large condoms, label them as small and medium, and drop it on communist nations to lower their morale. Condoms.
सही है. Very nice. Good idea.
मतलब मुझे अपनी सोच पे शर्म आ रही है कि मुझे बैकडल टेस्ट नहीं पता था, मुझे कॉन्डम पता था। मतलब ये कितना ही खराब बात है एक इंसान के लिए। किस प्रकार की खबरें मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ।
Okay, Azeem gets condoms, and next direct will be to
Condoms. Okay.
Azeem
Gets extra large condoms.
labeled as small or medium.
Labeled as small
My morale is through the roof.
by Kumar Varun. Yeah.
Okay, next direct is to Dua. The Mexican name for a smoke-dried ripe jalapeno chili pepper used for seasoning lends its name to a popular restaurant chain. The chili is used primarily in Mexican and Mexican-inspired cuisines, such as Tex-Mex and Southwestern dishes. Which restaurant chain are we talking about? Okay, so the Mexican, there's a visual also. The Mexican name for this visual, which is basically a smoke-dried ripe jalapeno chili pepper. Same name is also a popular restaurant chain. This chili is used primarily in Mexican cuisines or Mexican-inspired cuisines. What is the name of the restaurant chain, which is also the name of this thing?
कतई कुछ दिमाग में नहीं आ रहा मेरे को। तो ये बेसिकली क्यूजीन्स में तो खाने में तो यूज होती है, पर इसके मैक्सिकन नाम के ऊपर एक रेस्टोरेंट चेन है। ये प्रोग्राम टोटल पता नहीं भाई। चिलीज
Not chili. Sahil?
Want to go with? I don't know if it's a restaurant chain, but okay, habanero.
No. Varun?
Is it Nando's?
Not Nando's. Azeem?
It's Chipotle.
It is Chipotle. 10
Oh
Ouch.
shit! Nice,
Ouch.
nice.
Chipotle.
Shit.
Chipotle Mexican grill. Chipotle is basically what we were talking about. Great. Back to back 10 points to Azeem there, which means
Very
back
nice.
to back direct question for Rahul Dua.
आ
Now we are talking about a logo. Okay. The logo was inspired by Chichi, a dash brought to the London Zoo in 1961 when X was being created. जिसका ये logo है, that was being created in 1961 when Chichi, a dash was brought to London. Sir Peter Scott says, and Sir Peter Scott is one of the founders of X, and he is also the man who sketched the first logo. He says, "We wanted an animal that is beautiful, is endangered, and one loved by many people in the world for its appealing qualities. We also wanted an animal that had an impact in black and white to save money on printing costs." What logo are we talking about?
वही बड़ा नहीं आ रहा। WWF के पांडा की बात हो रही है क्या?
Beautiful answer, Rahul. Your first
Lovely.
Hey!
It is the WWF Panda that we are talking about.
Very nice.
World Wildlife Fund logo, 1961. And Chichi was
मजा
the
आ गया, मैं बहुत प्राउड फील हो रहा, बहुत प्राउड
Nice.
फील हो रहा।
Very nice.
okay. Which means the next direct will be to Sahil. Sahil, I am talking about a letter which was written to the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. This is written by the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, who is James Callaghan, and this is what he writes. The letter says, "I need not remind you of the various hands through which the dash has passed over the past 2 centuries, nor that explicit provision for its transfer to the British Crown was made in the peace treaty with the Maharaja of Lahore in 1849. I could not advise Her Majesty that it should be surrendered." What do you think is the Prime Minister writing about?
Is he talking about the Kohinoor?
Perfect answer. Sahil Shah gets it correct. So as we know, Kohinoor is claimed not just by India but also by Pakistan, Afghanistan, etc. And Pakistan claimed Kohinoor, and he was sent a letter saying the Kohinoor has passed over past 2 centuries, and it was actually given by the Maharaja of Lahore in 1849. The answer is Kohinoor diamond. 10 points.
Are you guys interested in a sneak peek of my brain?
Yes, Dua.
What I was thinking?
Go for it. Go for it.
I was not for the sake of the joke. I was honestly thinking about the recipe of tandoori chicken. Because Pakistan is involved and Prime Minister तक बात पहुंच गई है, यही बात होगी.
I would have thought then you would say chicken tikka masala.
Yeah, that
तो
was.
हाँ, तो चिकन टिक्का मसाला only जो वहाँ बना basically. हाँ, correct. उसमें भी हक देते तंदूरी चिकन बोल के. Good. Very good.
Speak into my brain. Too good. Okay, next direct will be to Varun. Talking about a stadium, the stadium houses the headquarters of the Pakistan Cricket Board. It was designed by architect and civil engineer Nasruddin Murad Khan and constructed by Mia Abdul Khalik and Company in 1959. The stadium was renovated for the 1996 Cricket World Cup. The ground, as in the stadium, was renamed in 1974 in honor of someone who gave a speech at the second organization of the Islamic Conference in favor of Pakistan's right to pursue nuclear weapons. Who is the stadium named after?
I have a very vague memory of this stadium's name, as in I'm not 100% sure, but I'll go with Muhammad Gaddafi.
Gaddafi is correct. Muammar Gaddafi.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gaddafi
Yeah,
Stadium, Lahore. Okay, 10 points to Varun. Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore, because the final of '96 World Cup was played in Lahore, Gaddafi Stadium.
Yeah.
This is where Sri Lanka won the World Cup.
Yeah.
Gaddafi Stadium. Okay, that brings us to the end of the first half. Very tight first half. Very like worthy of a semi-final. Let's have a look at the score. Azeem Banatwala got Isaac Newton, condoms and Chipotle.
What a range.
Great combination of things to have in your life.
What a great out of context line to
Yeah.
use in promos.
Rahul Dua got WWF logo, so he is on 10 points.
Ooh.
Sahil Shah, just like Azeem, is on. He got Kailash Satyarthi and without child labor, designated survivor, and also Kohinoor Diamond. Sahil Shah is on 30, and Varun
Nice.
Grover with 5 for Alamara and 10 each for Muammar Gaddafi or Gaddafi Stadium, and also Begdel Test is on 25. So
Ooh,
for
tense,
everywhere.
तो
tense.
ऊपर टाइट है, नीचे कोई टाइट नहीं, ऊपर है tight. मुझे टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं.
अरे पूरा हाफ बचा है,
मेरी लड़ ले लोग.
पूरा हाफ बचा है, you never know. पूरा हाफ बचा है. Okay, so we begin the second half of the quiz. The order will now change. It will reverse. The order will be Varun, Sahil, Rahul, Azeem. Okay.
ठीक, कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
Let's begin. This is a direct for Varun. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, in the 17th century, the term dash dash referred to a drink of brandy boiled with ale. Looking at a two-word answer. Now we're talking about a riddle. Okay, the riddle probably exploited for misdirection the fact that dash dash was also 18th century reduplicative slang for a short and clumsy person. The riddle may depend upon the assumption that a clumsy person falling off might not be irreparably damaged, whereas an egg would be. The rhyme is no longer posed as a riddle since the answer is now so well known. The earliest known version of the riddle or of this term was published in Samuel Arnold's Juvenile Amusements in 1797. What is the two-word term that we are looking at?
Wow. Okay. It's too much to take in. I'll just read it slowly at my pace and then come with if I know the answer or not. To the Oxford 17th century term referred to a drink of brandy boiled with ale. Okay. So there's a term which,
is completely different.
yeah. So riddle probably exploited for misdirection. Okay. The fact that dash dash was also 18th century. What is reduplicative slang? What is reduplicative? I just don't know what that is.
That is a big hint for now. So वो मैं अभी रोक
Oh
लेता
wow. Okay.
But otherwise also there are enough hints.
So the part of the rhyme is also this phrase. We have to answer the first two and the second two both are same, right?
Same. We are looking at a two-word answer.
Humpty Dumpty?
Yes. That is what
Pass once in a while.
Humpty Dumpty. Because Humpty Dumpty earlier, according to some theories, it was a brandy boiled with ale.
Yeah, but now can you tell me what is a reduplicative?
Yes,
like Humpty Dumpty.
Acha. Oh wow. Okay.
इसलिए I was like, वो that will make it very obvious. इसलिए मैं रुक गया.
But excited. I was so excited. I'm just sitting and waiting. I'm like, pass.
Just like I've been waiting like for many other questions.
Okay, 10 points to Varun there, and we go to Sahil now. Sahil, I'm talking about a person. The person before moving to Vienna, he had already been rejected by the city's Academy of Fine Arts. So Vienna's Academy of Fine Arts. Though he had passed the initial exam in 1907, his drawing skills were unsatisfactory. That's what the school said. The academy feedback was unsatisfactory. Years later, he claimed that the rejection struck him as a bolt from the blue, as he had been so convinced of his success. Next year, in the fall of 1908, he again applied to the Academy of Fine Arts, and again they rejected him. Over much of the next year, he would move from one cheap rented room to another, living in homeless shelter for a time. Then, next year in 1909, he finally began earning money by making small oil and watercolor paintings, mostly images of buildings and other landmarks in Vienna, and he copied from postcards. Okay, by selling these paintings to tourists and frame sellers, he made enough to at least move out of homeless shelter and into a men's home, where he painted by day and read books at the night. Who are we talking about?
Adolf Hitler.
Yes, perfect.
Well done.
Adolf Hitler is correct, and of course the big theory that had they accepted him
He would have not been a dictator.
Fine Arts, the world would have been very different. But Adolf Hitler is correct. 10 point there for Sahil Shah. Next direct will be to Rahul Dua. Okay, we are talking about a seven-a-side traditional football game, which is called UB Lakpi. UB Lakpi is a seven-a-side traditional football game played in Manipur, India, using a coconut. Okay, which has some notable similarities to rugby. Despite these similarities, the name is not related to the game of rugby or rugby school. The name Yobi Lakpi is in fact of Methi origin, which is like Manipur, from Manipur, which literally means coconut snatching. The game is also traditionally associated with uh, autochthonous forms of Hinduism, basically indigenous, okay, indigenous forms of Hinduism. It is said to have started as a ceremonial reenactment of a famous event of Hindu religious belief. Okay, so this is a game that they play in Manipur, seven aside, where this is what they do. The game has a very direct connection with Hindu religious belief. Basically, it is supposed to be a reenactment of a famous event from Hindu religious belief. What event do you think we are talking about?
Event from mythology.
Yes, event from Hindu mythology.
Okay, okay.
ये उसकी बात हो रही है क्या जो गेम लगी थी कौरवों और पांडवों के बीच में कि अपना जिसमें द्रौपदी भी दांव पे लगा दी थी और ये सब वो सब
No. Azeem?
Yaar, I have no knowledge of mythology. Is the act of the Nariyal Phorna?
No. Varun?
Oh, it's me or Sahil?
You. अभी reverse कर लिया ना हमने तो.
Okay. So yeah, it is my guess, not 100%, but the Amrit Kalash coming out of Sagar Manthan and the fight between Devas and
Yes, Sagar Manthan.
Asuras.
Exactly.
Wow.
I was looking for.
Wow.
Samudra Manthan is
Yeah.
correct.
God,
Yeah.
well done.
Okay.
Wow, nice.
10 points there for Varun. It is Samudra Manthan. Yeah, and it's obvious like Devas and Asuras trying to.
Fighting.
Yeah.
Next direct will come to Sahil. Okay, this is a visual question. Like the adjoining the picture that you see on screen is of the wooden cases used to store the metal types used in early days of printing press. Observe the image and tell me what words which are very common in today's world are derived from this arrangement. Okay, so we've had a lot of questions earlier where we give you origin of words with stories, etc. This is a different question where I've given you a visual and you need to figure out what is it that we use now has its root in this particular thing that you see on screen. And the use of this was, this is a wooden case which was used to store the metal types in the early days of printing press.
किसका सवाल है भाई?
Sahil.
साहिल भाई, ठीक.
Go with a wild guess. I'm going to say keyboard.
No, not keyboard. Dua.
ये तो यही कहने वाले थे. You need the picture wooden case. What words are derived from this arrangement? QWERTY?
Not QWERTY. Going to Azeem.
वो भी मैं वो ही देख रहा था.
Sorry, just let me give me a couple of minutes. What words ubiquitous in today's world are derived from this arrangement? Typo. I don't know.
Not typo. Varun.
Is it a word? Is it a phrase? Is it a bunch of words?
Yeah, bunch of
You
words.
said words. Bunch of words?
Good track. I purposely am not revealing much as of now because I think for one round, let me see if you can crack without anything.
Okay.
Mhm.
I can somehow see the words computer there. Uh, like the in the lowercase, but I don't know. Okay, uppercase, lowercase.
Yeah, beautiful answer.
Oh,
Fuck.
Oh
Okay,
fuck.
God!
they were
Yeah,
they were stored there, and you see the
yeah,
top letters,
God
the
damn
top
it.
letters were
Shit.
yeah.
stored upper, the small letters were stored niche, and that's why they came to be known as uppercase, and this came to be
Oh,
What I love about
wow.
the quiz is that you will never think it, and then when someone says it, you're like, I feel so stupid.
yeah.
I feel so stupid.
Yeah.
Arey,
So this is a
damn.
pair of printer cases. These were upper. This was in from the upper case, and these were in the lower case.
And it literally happened while I was talking. I said in the lowercase, I can see computer, and then it clicked that,
Man,
oh fuck, we are talking
God.
about uppercase and lowercase. I didn't know. I was just seeing because in the lowercase, I could see all the letters making computer. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
know, but that doesn't make any sense. But let's
I
still
was thinking ki in the
babble.
top case it has something to do with the J and the U because they were out of place.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we were
Ah,
trying, we were being literal while it was more, I
yeah.
would say,
Hmm.
figurative that way.
Love it, love it,
I'll
love
burn
it.
my cap. It has no help
और
on
सर आपसे ऑलरेडी जनता बहुत इंप्रेस चल रही है आज तो बहुत ज्यादा इंप्रेस हो गए
Yeah.
ये आदमी अपने आप से बात करते करते सवाल का जवाब निकाल लेता है बहुत
Up, but
10 points to Varun there for uppercase and lowercase, and next direct will be to Sahil. Talking about a material here, okay? In 1900, inspired by seeing wine spill on a restaurant's tablecloth, Jacques E. Brandenburger decided to create a cloth that could repel liquids rather than absorb them. His first step was to spray a waterproof coating onto fabric, and he opted to try viscose. The resultant coated fabric was far too stiff, but the diaphanous film coating could be separated from the backing cloth easily and in one undamaged piece. He later added glycerin in the mixture to make it soft, and thus we got a synthetic material that is now ubiquitous and used for various applications like packaging food items, in adhesive tapes, and many other things. What material are we talking about?
Okay, cellophane.
Beautiful answer. It is cellophane.
Nice.
Great answer. It is.
lovely,
We're talking
lovely.
about cellophane.
Oh,
I mean, the material,
what is this ad?
Wow.
So
everything.
dark. So dark.
Yeah, this is a classic DuPont ad of cellophane back in the day. This is what they created. Cellophane keeps things clean, they keep things fresh, lets you see what you buy. Mom says
What
I'm
the
so fresh and so
fuck?
you ought to wrap me in cellophane to keep me that way. Wow. Okay, 10 points to Sahil Shah. Next direct will be to Rahul Dua. Talking about a restaurant closed down in early 2000s. This was a 50,000 square feet complex that was called Windows on the World. It contained two restaurants, private rooms, and a bar called the Greatest Bar on Earth, where people could enjoy their favorite food and drink. However, this place was more well known for the amazing views that it offered to the visitors. Where exactly was this complex located? There's also a photo like to help you guys.
भाई दुबई में होगा
No, not Dubai. Azeem,
Uh, was it on top of the Statue of Liberty?
not the Statue of Liberty. Varun,
Two water bodies. Strange. Is it the Twin Towers?
perfect answer. 10 points to
Ah,
Varun. Azeem was very close, Statue of Liberty, so he went there. He went to New York, but closed down in early 2000
yeah.
for obvious reasons, and it was on the
Yeah.
top of the
World
World
Trade
Trade.
Center. Mm.
We said obvious reasons.
I mean, why
Yeah.
closed down by 30?
Yeah, that was the hint. Yeah,
Wow.
that was the only hint I had. I was
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
though you said closed down and not like had to
Closed
be
down by
closed down
30.
Yeah.
kind of a thing or disappeared.
Disappeared.
Sorry, that was dark, but yeah, it did disappear.
Yeah, closed down in the early 2000s because World Trade Center closed down in the early 2000s. This was on the top of the World Trade Center.
तो बहुत ज्यादा महंगा खाना होगा यहाँ बहुत ज्यादा
होना चाहिए.
Uh,
5,000 50,000 स्क्वायर फुट
Point
एरिया
to Varun Grover. The next direct will come to Sahil Shah. Sahil, the De Havilland DH-98 was a British twin-engine, two-seat mid-wing bomber aircraft. It had a frame of wood and plywood, which was glued and screwed together. What more popular name was it given? So it's actually called De Havilland Dash something. Was it given due to the fact that it was the prime night fighter of the Allies during the Second World War and one of the most notorious aircrafts of all time? And there's also an image. Basically, what I'm asking is, what was the more famous name of the aircraft that we are talking about?
I actually don't know, so I'm just gonna go with a guess. Nightwing.
Not Nightwing. Dua?
Night Raider.
Not Right Raider. Azeem?
Is it called Jack the Ripper?
Not Jack the Ripper. Varun?
Is it called the Bikini Bomber?
Not the Bikini Bomber. Okay, we'll
Oh,
start
fuck.
again with Sahil.
Wow, I thought
So the hint for all of you is
Very close.
think insects. Okay, think insects and then think night fighter and notorious.
Cicada.
Not cicada. Going to Rahul.
Mosquito.
Mosquito. Beautiful answer.
Oh!
Mosquito that we are
मैंने
talking.
आपसे पहले बोला था मेरे वाले सवाल में साथ हिंट दे दिया करो.
Mosquito. It's the famous
Very
mosquito
nice. Good one.
planes from Second World War. But played a huge role in Second World War for the Allies. Okay, mosquito. 5 points to Rahul Dua. Next will be finally Azeem. This is your turn.
Yay! Which I'll get wrong for sure after doing all this drama.
No. Azeem, this is your direct. Meeting the green goddess is a metaphor used to describe the unusually mind-opening effects of this highly potent spirit. Oscar Wilde, for instance, was an avid consumer and often wrote about it in relation to his creative process. This is his quote. He says, "After the first glass of dash, you see things as you wish they were. After the second, you see them as they were not. Finally, you see things as they really are. And that is the most horrible thing in the world." Tell me the spirit that we are talking about that gets its green color from the chlorophyll of the whole herbs from which it is extracted.
Is it Jägermeister?
Not Jägermeister. Going to Varun.
Ayahuasca.
No, going to Sahil.
Absinthe.
Absinthe is correct.
God damn it, that is
Thank
what I
you
thought
very
of
much.
first. And this fucking green color ruined my life.
It is absinthe.
There's this movie, na, Euro Trip, in which they have absinthe and
Yeah,
there's literally a green man dancing next to them. So it's like very
Yeah.
hardcore.
अच्छा यूरो ट्रिप में आपको ये याद है?
नहीं मैंने
अच्छा चर्च में गए और वो सब कुछ नहीं. अच्छा ठीक है अपना अपना होता है स्टाइल. देखो अपने को जैसे कॉन्डम पता था अपना अपना होता है देखो. और अपना क्या है. चलो ठीक है.
10
तो
points to
शैलो पर्सनैलिटी हूं मैं. मुझे ये क्विज से रियलाइज हो रहा है डेप्थ है ही नहीं बिल्कुल पर्सनैलिटी में.
10 points to Sahil for absinthe. And next direct will come to Rahul Dua. This is a still from the Lego Star Wars series called Droid Tales. Okay. In this scene, the Jedi Master Mace Windu says, "I have had it with these blaster firing droids on this battle droid making planet." Okay. Very direct question. What is this a reference to? Okay. So ऐसे फिल्मों में होता है ना कि यहाँ वहाँ का reference ये लोग डाल देते हैं कुछ ऐसा fun type. So this is from Lego Star Wars series called Droid Tales. Usme there is a Jedi Master called Mace Windu and he says, "I have had it with these blaster firing droids on this battle droid making planet." ये क्या reference है of this dialogue?
I've had it भी मेरा हो गया है in blaster firing droids के साथ on this battle droid making planet. पता नहीं शायद ये नेताओं की बात कर रहा है कि ये बिल्कुल किसी काम के नहीं हो. ये सब लड़ाई करा रहे हैं ये सब.
No, going to Azeem.
So is the reference to the planet?
No. Going to Varun.
Okay. You're saying it's a reference to another work of art.
Yeah, ma'am. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a good track.
I have two options, but sadly I have to go with one. And this is the last question of the quiz? Or
No,
we
there's
have one more?
one more after.
There's one more.
Yeah.
And Sahil is probably 5 points ahead of me right now, right?
Right now, you are 5 points ahead of Sahil. Right now, you
Oh,
are on
I am 5 points.
Sahil on 60.
Okay.
और ये स्टार वार्स का क्वेश्चन है, ये साहिल भाई को 100% आता है.
हाँ, उसको पता है, वो नाच रहा है ऑलरेडी. वो नाच क्या है?
हाँ.
वो ऑफ कैमरा नाच क्या आया वो? उसको लगा ये. So I'll और मेरी किस्मत है, मैं जब दो ऑप्शन होते हैं ना दिमाग में, जो बोलता हूँ वो गलत होता है.
100%.
वो गलत हो जाएगा. तो मैं फिर भी I'll go with Pulp Fiction.
Not Pulp Fiction. Going to Sahil.
I got this because I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Snakes on a
Oh
plane.
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh fuck. Yeah, no, I didn't have this as a second option. My second option was Big Lebowski. I was like probably there.
I first thought it was a very like Star Wars this thing, and then when you read the dialogue, you realize, man, this is like such an iconic one.
Yeah.
Oh god, Sahil,
on a plane.
you got a Star Wars question at the right time.
पॉलिटिशियन की बात करी थी ठीक ही करी थी.
No, this is a reference to Samuel Jackson from Snakes on a Plane, where he says, "I've had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane." Whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes, that is the exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so then give him 5 points less. Na? He said the wrong dialogue.
This motherfucking substitute डाला है इसने.
yeah. This is of course a meme based on that.
Oh, okay.
And the amazing thing is, in my stand-up video about Kunal Kamra and Arnab Goswami, I've referenced this line. It's there on my YouTube.
Wow.
I've referenced this fucking line for Arnab, but yeah, it's now
Okay.
the time came to actually remember that line.
Okay. Yeah. No. So I would have given a point for just only Snakes on a Plane also, just to clarify.
Yeah.
The last question. Now this is a direct for Rahul Dua. Okay.
My last chance, you mean?
Yeah.
When Lord Ram and Lakshman, Bhagwan Ram and Lakshman started to build a bridge to cross over to Lanka to rescue Sita Ma, the Vanar Sena, comprising monkeys and bears, got to work immediately. They began piling boulder after boulder to build the bridge to Lanka. A small animal saw the drive and was charged up to join the endeavor. It began fetching pebbles in her mouth and also brought some mud, sand on her back.
The lines at the back of the squirrel.
Yes, that is correct. 10 points.
यार ये छोड़ देते तो मैं जीत जाता यार.
Well done.
Rahul Dua's answer wins it for Sahil Shah, I think. Because if this
यार राहुल यार छोड़ देता ना, मैं ले लेता है.
मैं तो पक्का छोड़ देता.
Wait.
यार मुझे थोड़ा अपना इज्जत भी तो बचानी. 10 नंबर लेके घूम रहे सर सारे क्विज.
सर मैं आपको 20 नंबर बाद में वो कर दे, जीपे कर देता.
this is where the squirrel got its stripes from. Beautiful answer by Rahul Dua.
हमारी दादी ने हमें गलत कहानी सुनाई. उन्होंने कहा कि सीता माता ने ऐसे हाथ करा था. चलो आपका राम जी होंगे, अपना कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
Bhagwan Ram the.
As long as
Okay,
answer
Rahul
sahi.
Dua got it right. Let's have a recheck at the score. Azeem had 30 in the first half. He didn't get anything.
Nothing in the second half.
Azeem gets ends on 30. Okay.
KV, your math is not very good. Please recount. ठीक से.
Okay. Rahul Dua had 10 in the first half. He got 5 for mosquito and also 10 for squirrel stripes. So 25 total for Rahul Dua.
It's a respectable amount.
Yeah, good. I like.
Sahil had 30 in the first half. In the second half, it was like pura topsy-turvy because Varun was leading for a long time, and then Sahil got cellophane, absinthe, snakes on a plane, and also Adolf Hitler. So 40 points. Sahil had 70 in the second half. Total 70, 30 plus 40.
Ooh.
Okay. Varun had 25. Then he got Humpty Dumpty, got Samudra Manthan, uppercase and lowercase, World Trade Center. So that is the point where he was leading, like he was properly leading. But then he missed Absinthe and Snakes on a Plane, which both Sahil got. So Varun gets 40 in the second half and ends on 65, just 5.5.
Yes. Oh,
Well done.
fucking cap.
So
Thinking cap worked for you, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you very
yes,
much.
Sahil Shah
I get
becomes
it.
the first finalist of this edition. Congratulations, Sahil Shah.
Thank you.
I'm very happy with my decision because I started drinking with this quiz, assuming that I would not make it to the finals. So it's an excellent decision.
Yeah, you are actually sending me towards alcoholism, क्योंकि मैंने सोचा था अगर आज मैं जीत गया तो फाइनल खेलूंगा शाम को, नहीं तो शराब पीऊंगा, तो अब मैं शराब पीऊंगा।
Excellent, great plan.
शराब जितनी मर्जी पिए दोस्तों, प्लीज हाइड्रेट करते रहें, बस शराब डिहाइड्रेट बहुत ज्यादा करती है।
हाँ
Okay.
नहीं, मैं बहुत
Noted.
पानी पीता हूँ सर।
Thank you all of you for coming here and being a part of this.
Thank you, KV. Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
KV.
much. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, thank you।
Okay, good luck, Sahil. Kill it.